Tyson needed to come over here tonight.
All right. Have fun, guys.
Thanks.
All right, so we're recording.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
So everything that we're recording, and so when we're done doing whatever we're doing, then we'll just make a file and I'll upload it onto the website for us.
That sounds great.
That
Thanks.
that work for you guys?
Yeah. And then the other member is Zach, and he's just not able to make it today because of work.
Because of work. So it's good to know. We'll just try to do Tuesdays at 9. Or what? Or when is he done? Because we are.
At 9, I believe.
Because our problem with that is this is due at 11, right? To hand in.
That's true, yeah. Then we have to take the quiz, which might be a little longer.
Yeah, I think we'll find out about I bet the quiz, I mean, I don't know, but I have a feeling it's just going to be the work that we did.
Yeah.
But we'll find out.
Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully she doesn't make it more.
Yeah.
So now my question is, does one of us, do we each go on our own quiz and take the quiz ourselves?
Yes. Yeah, I believe so. But we are communicating through this while we're taking the quiz, right?
Yeah.
I think it's just an exercise to teach us to do this, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think all we do is we just meet, talk about part 2 of the individual work, see if we have any questions, and then we take the quiz together.
Yeah. Did you have any questions about the all that literature?
I didn't. It was pretty
Straightforward.
Yeah, because it's just definitions and stuff. So I didn't really have any trouble doing the homework.
I think I have the answers here somewhere. Let me go grab them.
Yeah, I have them pulled up.
All right. So, can we drag our screen to make it half or something, or you're gonna have to bear with me. I'm kind of old and dumb, so I had to bring Tyson in.
Yeah, you can just hit the
There we
top
go.
of the window, whatever you're on, like for the Hangouts video, and just drag it to the very left, and it should put it for half of the screen, and then you can pull up. It will ask if you want to pull up any other ones for the other half. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if I had any questions, but just kind of wanted to go over some because I know some of the sampling was a little bit more complex and different types of sampling, and wanted to be comfortable with that before we went into the quiz. Do you feel comfortable with like simple random sample, stratified sampling, cluster sampling, all that?
Yeah. So stratified. Do you remember what stratified is?
Yeah, he was saying from the videos that I was seeing, it was you divide into populations, and then stratified was a little bit more organized. So like blonde hair, brown hair, it was a little bit more.
So we had groups of different ages, right?
Yeah, or like reasons for why they are separate.
Right.
The cluster was like the same as stratified, but just sporadic kind of grouping together, if that made sense.
Yeah.
That's what I got from it. Did you guys pull out anything else from those two, stratified and cluster?
So how do I make a split screen? I went into Firefox, but Firefox cut me out. So I'm going to have to. So that's not going to work. So I need to be in another window of Google. Is that right?
Probably. You can try Google Chrome. That's what I usually use.
All right. So that's what I signed into Google Chrome. So.
It might work different for Mac too. Do you have a Mac or a Windows?
No, I'm just old and dumb. There we go. New window.
Okay.
So it seems like stratified may be a little bit more specific than cluster.
Okay.
So clusters, just subjects are put into groups that hopefully represent the population.
Okay.
And then they're randomly selected. And stratified is subjects are grouped according to the similarity of some characteristics, like age, income level, whatever.
Did you guys have any questions on anything else in the homework or assignment? I didn't really go over invalid sampling methods that much, except for with the assignments. Did you guys kind of understand that pretty well?
Yeah,
What question is that?
For just the invalid sampling methods, so like convenience sampling and voluntary response sampling. I didn't get a good chance to look at that fully.
Yeah, I didn't either. I just did the homework. Convenience sampling was on the homework.
Yeah.
It's just very general.
So from the reading, convenience says, convenience says it involves selecting items that are relatively easy to obtain and does not use random selection to choose the sample. So they're not random in selecting people, but they select items that are easy to obtain.
Yeah, so like people walking into the hospital.
Okay. Okay. And then you guys understood quantitative variables and categorical.
I think so.
Yeah. What did you guys get from it?
Did you guys watch the video at the end?
Yeah.
That guy was fast, but he kind of went over everything.
He did go through pretty quickly.
You know, the categorical is just the quantities, set up in categories. It was kind of restated its name, really.
Okay.
And quantitative was when you had when you're adding up a bunch of numbers.
Yeah.
I can't remember my password to get into.
Island?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
It's stuck on my automatics, and I.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, I got the same thing. Quantitative just sound fancy numbers. So pretty much, like it said height, body temp, anything to do with numbers. It said in like rare cases, you could still have like a phone number or like a jersey number, but those would be categorical because like you can't multiply them. Like if you multiply that, it would be just a jersey. If that makes any sense. But really categorical was just like categories, gender, class, race. So not numbers. So that was the gist what I got. Does that sound pretty similar?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to go over before we take the quiz?
Well, let me get signed in.
Oh yeah. So how would Zach do the group quiz? Would he just have to do it by himself then? And
I I know him personally, so I can talk.
Oh, okay. What housing are you guys in?
I'm in Kensington.
I'm in the Fog House. Hey, cool.
Do you guys know the difference between the response variable and the treatment groups? I had a kind of hard time.
So the response, the treatment groups would be. Well, let me make sure. before I say it.
Can you guys see me?
Okay, yeah. So the treatment would be like the medicine. So say you have an infection. Now I'm going to give you like or penicillin or something.
Yeah.
The treatment is penicillin. The response variable is what the penicillin is. So
Oh.
say you get 5%, 50% get penicillin, 50% get placebo. So then you're pretty sure the treatment would be penicillin.
Sorry, I'm starting to not be able to hear you.
So if like 50% got penicillin and 50% got placebo, treatments would be penicillin.
Okay, so the treatment is the actual thing that you give.
Yeah.
And the response variable is the effect that that thing causes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Okay, I'm ready to take the quiz.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
Yep.
Remember, we have our answers with us too.
So with that, since we are talking with each other, are we able to look at our notes and stuff as well, taking it, or is that?
What did someone ask that question? What?
Let me go check real quick online. On our,
I think we can.
it should say on the like quiz meeting
Oh,
instructions.
I'll click into the meeting and see what it says. We're working together. I
Don't see why not using the notes.
yeah. I think that the whole idea of this lesson is to teach us how to work together as a group.
All it says is while you are required to work together on this quiz, each member of the group must submit his or her own answers in order to receive credit.
Yeah, we just have we can get the answers with each other, but we just have to take their test ourselves, right?
Yeah, but I don't see anywhere where it says if it's open note or not. Do you know, Scott?
I don't. I was looking for it earlier, but I couldn't find it.
Well, she'll let us know.
Yeah, we're recorded, so she's gonna know what we do or not.
Yeah.
We're gonna use our notes this time if we're not allowed to. Just
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and it shows attempts. There's 2 attempts. So,
Right.
I mean,
You ready? Shall we start quiz?
yeah, let's start it.
Okay, I'm pushing start quiz.
Okay. Question 1.
Oh, it's a lot of questions. I don't know if we can handle this, guys.
15.
The first 2 are just
Oh,
the assignment.
I'm going to say yes. Save.
Who wants to read off question 3?
Alright, I'll read it.
Okay.
Researchers would like to determine if reviewing material consistently within an hour after class helps students perform better on exams than if students wait to review material the day before the exam.
Scott, I can barely hear you.
To answer this, how about now? Can you hear me now?
Better.
Yeah.
Okay. To answer this question, researchers are trying to determine if an observational study or an experiment would be more appropriate. They are discussing who the population will be and how they will determine which sampling method will best represent the population. Which of the 5 steps in the statistical process are the researchers currently applying?
Well, they're designing the study, right? Figuring out who it's for.
Right. So D, the design.
Would that be it? Design?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not collecting any data yet. They're not having to take anything.
They're trying to
from it.
decide what kind of study they're going to do.
Yep.
I'm going to say design.
Yep.
Save.
Chris, do you want to read the 4th question?
Yeah, a researcher has collected the results of a survey where the participants were asked how many hours of TV they watched each day. The researcher tallies the frequencies for each category and computes mean numbers of hours watched. She then creates a histogram to help illustrate the overall distribution. Which of the 5 steps of statistical process did the researcher apply?
Is it describe the data?
Yeah, I'd say describe just because they use histogram.
Yeah.
They're using like kind of a method to show it.
Because she already collected the data, right?
Yeah.
She tallied it.
Yeah.
She's describing the
Yeah, and it doesn't show any inference or
yeah.
kind of sample.
So describe the data.
Yep.
Save.
I
Okay.
can read question 5. Forgive me if I pronounce this wrong. Mumbai, India.
That sounds
is a
good.
quickly growing city. Yeah, is a quickly growing city of importance in its own country as well as the global economy. A marketing research firm has been asked by a prominent fast food restaurant to help determine if the citizens of Mumbai would support this fast food business. From a list of all registered taxpayers, 3,000 names are randomly selected. Each individual on the list is mailed a brief questionnaire. The researchers received 1,049 responses. The population is...
So I'm pretty sure it's 1,049.
So the population would be the ones that actually responded.
Yeah, because it's either 3,000 or 1,049. So it can.
Well, they only received 1,049 from a list of 3,000 is the population, right?
So,
Yeah, but the problem is.
The sample would be
3,000
1049.
so you guys remember the
I think
definition for population? Oh,
I think the answer is cannot be determined. We don't have enough information. We need to know how they sampled the 3,000 random people. You see what I'm saying? We don't know how they did their sampling. It just says they were randomly selected, right?
I'm not sure.
So it
yeah,
says
I'm not sure either.
says that from a list of registered taxpayers, 3,000 names were randomly selected. How were they randomly selected? So they're just took 3,000 names from this list of how many we don't know, and the researchers received 1049 responses. So they only got not even half of the responses. So we don't know what the population is, right?
Well, what is the definition of a population? Is it kind of the source of bodies that they pull from, or the people that
Is it-
respond, that are active in their research group?
Maybe it's Maybe it's the sample, the 1049. So would that be it? The sample is 1049, which would be the population. See, I'm kind of confused on that.
Let me look at. We're allowed to look at notes. Check. What is the population or total collection of all individuals? Whatever that means. Total collection of all individuals.
Would be 3,000. Does that's
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, and if it's 3,000, it wouldn't be the citizens of Mumbai because that's way more, obviously.
Or is that total population all the citizens of Mumbai? We don't know the actual number because we don't have that. It's a good question. I don't know.
You guys want to come back to it? We can try to come back to it and see if
Yeah.
one of the other questions answers it.
So that's question number 5. All right.
Yeah.
All right, I'll read it. Question 6. Mumbai, India, is a quickly growing city of importance in its own country as well as the global economy. Marketing research
We're taking a
firms
test.
Okay, so when you're done,
by a prominent
it's going
fast
to take
food
you to that
restaurant
folder
can help determine
that had the AVI
citizens
file
of
on it.
Mumbai
It'll probably be
score
called
in
Untitled
this
2
fast
or
food
Recording
business.
201.
From a list
You're
of all
going to take
registered
that
taxpayers,
file,
3,000 names are randomly
and
selected. Each
name it
individual on
whatever
the
you're
list
going
is
to
mailed
name.
a brief questionnaire.
And then go to
Researchers
YouTube
received
and just know where that file is saved
4,409
at.
responses.
And then
The
just upload
sample
that file to
is.
YouTube and then share it with
Uh,
your folder.
I don't know how to upload it to YouTube.
Yeah, so the sample is 1049.
Alright.
So then
Sorry,
that would
thank
kinda
you.
Oh,
help
no worries.
explain.
I'd stay, but I forgot that Eric was my
Would the
right,
other
so
one
I
then
couldn't
be
get
the
up.
citizens of Mumbai?
Just call me, man.
I'm sorry, I had a question from Tyson. So
Oh, you're fine. It was pretty much the same exact question as the one that we were stuck on, but the only difference was the question was asking what the sample was.
okay, so the sample is 1049.
Yeah. And so with that, if the sample is 1049, do you think that the population would be the citizens of Mumbai or the 3,000 names, or cannot be determined?
I think the population is the citizens of Mumbai for 5. Is that what your question?
Yeah.
So we're going to say 6 is 1049, right?
Yes.
So do you want to go back up and say the citizens of Mumbai is the population for 5?
That's what I'd say. I mean, it's not too much of a complicated, type of problem. I think that all the information we need is from that.
Okay.
I'd say that it'd be the citizens of Mumbai, but I don't know. What do you think, Scott?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Hey Scott, is your mic not next to your face?
No, it is. Can you
There.
not hear me?
You cut out a lot, so that's better.
Okay.
So is it my turn?
Yeah, if you could.
Studies have shown that retention of classroom materials can drop as low as 58% within 15 minutes of class and within 44% after the first hour of class, after class. This forgetting curve continues so that within 6 days, only 25% is remembered. How can a student conquer this forgetting curve? The researchers in this study claim that constant review is important. Suppose your teacher wanted to test this and invited you to participate in a study where you were asked to review specific material 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes and an hour after class for 10 minutes and then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. Your teacher then gives you a short 10-question quiz where your score out of 10 is recorded. What type of data is your teacher collecting?
Quantitative?
That's right. Isn't it?
Sounds like a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
Studies have shown that retention of classroom materials can drop as low as 58% within 15 minutes of class and within 44% after the first hour after class. This forgetting curve continues so that within 6 days, only 25% is remembered. How can a student conquer this forgetting curve? The researchers in the study claim that constant review is important. Suppose your teacher wanted to test this and invited you to participate in a study where you were asked to review specific material 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes, an hour after class for 10 minutes, and then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. After the 6th day, your teacher asks if you feel confident that you have retained at least 50% of the material. You then record your responses: yes, no, not sure. What type of data is your teacher collecting?
So that's categorical. Just because it's a yes, no, not sure response,
Yeah.
right?
I'd
Yes.
say so. And the above question was where your score out of 10 is recorded.
Yeah,
So
so that makes it quantitative.
Right. Well, this is not as
All
easy.
we're halfway through.
Yeah.
Studies have shown that retention of classroom materials can drop as low as 58% within 15 minutes of class, and within 44% after the first hour, after class. This forgetting curve continues so that within 6 days, only 25% is remembered. How can a student conquer this forgetting curve? The researchers in this study claim that constant review is important. Suppose your teacher wanted to test this and invited you to participate in a study where you were asked to review specific material 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes, an hour after class for 10 minutes, and then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. Your teacher also selects a group to give no review to the material over the 6 days. This group is called the,
Control.
yeah,
Right?
I would say so, yeah.
One group's doing something, the other group's not.
Yeah.
I would say so, yep.
Sorry.
My computer going off?
Kath, I'm taking a test online. All right, bye. Sorry, that was my wife.
Good. Okay. Is it my turn or Chris's turn?
I can do it. I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
Which of the following would be considered an experimental design? Excuse me. A telephone poll asking people about whether they are not vaccinated, whether or not they vaccinated their children. No. Administering the tuberculosis vaccine to one group and giving a placebo to another. Yes. A census. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. It's that one.
Yeah.
Do we need to even go any further?
No.
Administering, the tuberculosis vaccination and the placebo.
And the last one said a mailed survey asking whether or not people have received tuberculosis vaccine. And what is that? That's a what's that an example of? The last one. We were just talking about it. The inappropriate sampling, right?
Oh. Oh, yeah. The convenience.
Well, it's kind of an inappropriate because you're just asking whether or not they've received one or not. Yeah, maybe convenience. Yeah. Anyway,
So administering the tuberculosis vaccination.
Yeah.
number 11.
Okay. In a study to determine the average wage of working people in Mumbai, which of the following would be the best sample? Every 10th worker that you meet as you travel the streets of Mumbai, all of the workers in one working district of Mumbai, many randomly selected workers in each of several working districts of Mumbai, or all female workers.
The third one.
Yeah. All workers in one working district.
Because if you just met the people that you randomly met on the streets, most of those probably wouldn't be working, right?
Well, yeah. They'd all be working at similar places too, probably. So if they were, so yeah, I'd say many randomly selected workers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You want to become the next Jonas Salk. That is, produce a vaccine that will help you cure children of respiratory syncytial virus. You test the vaccine and compare it to a placebo and randomly choose one group of children to take the vaccine and a group to take the placebo. What or who are the experimental units or subjects? It's children, right?
The children are the subjects. Yeah.
Yeah, children. Okay, just read the question because it's the same question. That's a different.
What are the treatments?
What are the treatments?
The treatments,
The vaccine and the
right?
placebo.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Because it's the actual substance they give, and then the variable response would be whatever effect it would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is kind of fun, actually.
Yeah.
All right. You want to just each read a paragraph?
Sure.
I'll
All
start.
right,
Oh,
Okay, go ahead.
okay. In 1992, the U.S. government supported a study that was run for 15 years where 4,608 low-income families were given a chance to move to less impoverished areas. They distributed vouchers and provided various support systems. The researchers wanted to determine if getting people out of poor neighborhoods would reduce the poverty level of U.S. citizens.
All right, I'll read the next two. The low-income families were randomly assigned to one of the following three groups. The MTO Low Poverty Voucher Group, which received Section 8 certificates or vouchers, usable only in low poverty areas, which are areas with less than 10% of the population below the poverty line in 1990, along with counseling and assistance in finding a private unit to lease.
The traditional voucher group, which received a regular Section 8 certificates or vouchers, geographically unrestricted, and ordinary briefings and assistance from the PHA's local public housing authorities. The control group, which received no certificates or vouchers but remained eligible for public project-based housing and other social programs to which families would otherwise have been entitled. This study was a
So the observational study would be if they didn't try to control anything.
Yeah.
This is an experiment because they have a control group.
Sounds
Right?
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
Yeah. Sweet. And then the next one is match the following. So it was what Daniel design the study was step 1,
Yeah.
and then can collect data step 2,
Describe data. Step 3.
or step 3. Yeah. Wait.
Well, they're right. They're not in order. Just go step 1, step 5, step 3, step 4. Okay. So step 1 is design the study. What's step 2?
Yes.
Step 5 is take action.
Yes.
Step 3 is describe the data. Step 4 is make inferences, and step 2 is design the study. No, not sorry, collect the data. Is that right?
Yeah. I'm just making sure I put it in right.
Yeah, I know it gets confusing.
Then you love that. You're like, I know the material. I don't know if I entered it right at the test.
So design, collect, describe, make inferences, and take action.
Yeah. So step 1.
I got 3, 2, 4, 5, 1.
Mine's 5, 3, 2, 1, 4. So it probably is just different for everyone's. Yeah. That's why I'm just making sure. So 3 discern. Oh, that's nice. It has the actual things on the side. Make or more. Practically gives it to us.
What's that?
On the steps, it actually says the more, Daniel can whatever.
Oh,
So step 4, you know it's more to make inferences because there's no other M. Does that make sense? Perfect. You guys ready to? Do we get every question?
I don't know. I think I'm screwed up here. Hang on a second.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
That wasn't too bad. It wasn't too long.
Nope.
That's it.
Yeah, you guys ready?
Save all responses. Submit quiz.
Yep. Let's see what we got.
Yay.
Nice, 100%. Good job, guys. Sweet. So, we've done the group meeting, and then there's, I know later this week, there's like a group collaboration. Do we need to meet on this again for that, or is it?
Yeah, we have to meet again just like we've done. But, you know, we're videoing this on that other thing, but I think she wants us to video using the YouTube thing. So we've got to figure that one out.
Okay.
Do you know what
She
I'm
also
saying?
says this, yeah. She also says this discussion board will not be graded, but is for practice. So starting in lesson 4, the discussion boards will be worth 10 points each. So the first, we have 2 weeks before that.
Yeah, so we'll have 4. So our 4th one will be graded.
I guess.
Well, we have so we have lesson 2 and lesson 3, right? So they have the
Yeah.
quiz for lesson 3 that we have to meet for. So
Oh yeah, because we're doing two lessons each week, right?
yeah, the group collaboration, I don't think we need to meet.
We don't need to meet.
I don't know, for the group collaboration, it doesn't sound. Well, maybe we do.
Well, it says step 1, post the link from your Google Hangout group meeting.
Group collaborate. Yeah, that's just where we post the link to our group meeting.
Oh, so what we've done right here.
Yes.
Ah. Okay.
So I have to save it. Tyson had to leave. So he said just to call him and I'll save it on my computer and then we'll post it on Google and then I guess I'll have to go in and
Yeah, it looks like all you have to do is go post it on the Listen to group collaboration. You'll post that, and then we can all. I don't know if we're all required to post anything, but just has all the information down there.
So, do we want to meet Thursday?
yeah, Thursday works for me.
Okay, we'll do Thursday at 7.
Is Zach okay for 7?
I'll ask.
Yeah. Ask Zach, and if we need to meet later, we can. We'll just have to gauge when we have to turn in the actual quiz or get it all finished. Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. It was fun. Nice
Yeah,
meeting you
sounds nice.
guys.
Thanks.
All right, so I'm gonna hit stop recording. Let's see here. So I've stopped.
Mom's going to have a little sense of pizza.
Okay.
Dinner.